evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the American Esports Racing Association Cup Series. I'm your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from the Last Great Colosseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, a half-mile short track located in the hills of Bristol, Tennessee, where these drivers will compete for 225 laps. In the Bird Wraps Throwback Classic 225. The weather tonight, it is 68 degrees, clear skies. Track temperature sitting at a nice cool 72 degrees. So definitely a lot of grip out there for these drivers. We take a look at practice here. Seth LaCroix atop of the leaderboard in practice, getting into the 14s with a 14.98. Connor Price up there in second, David Joyner in third. And we'll get a quick look at the point standings for the chase for the Cup. And we've had some shakeups after last week. And moving into first, we have Dawson Price with 2,205 points. Seth LaCroix jumping back to up to second with 2,171 points. David Joyner not present last week, drops all the way to third, still with 2,170 points. Joshua Edmonds holding steady in fourth with 2,166 points. Tristan Haynes dropping as well after missing last week's race to fifth with 2,148 points. Omar Rodriguez Jr. jumping up to sixth with 2,145 points. Alex Pelican drops to 7th with 2,141 points. Wesley Carter dropping down to 8th with 2,136 points. Joseph Miller holds fast in 9th with 2,128 points. Tied with Joseph Truskowski, who currently being scored as in 10th after Truskowski running into some issues with the internet, I believe, last week. And looking, we do have David Joyner as well as Tristan Haynes back out on track tonight. They'll be trying to make up what they lost being absent last week. So still not out of it yet with 2 races left in the season. You see Connor Price there. He's getting loose coming off of turn 4, trying to save it, but tags that outside wall. And he ends up going around in that throwback Jimmy Johnson paint scheme. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is painted by Bird Wraps. Once again, a big thank you to Bird Wraps for being a part of the channel. And big thank you to Hunter Geyer for hopping up in the booth with us on Thursdays. And just an update, the ordering is still paused over at birdwraps.com. They have gotten an influx of orders, and we do apologize that the ordering is paused for the time being, but also excited seeing the recognition that Hunter Geyer over there at Bird Wraps is getting so far as practice is coming to an end. And just a quick update on the rules here tonight. These drivers are going to be given 6 sets of tires to complete this race, 50% fuel, and no quick repairs. So that puts our pit window at around lap 83 to 88, and fuel strategy going to be a little bit tricky here tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of different fuel strategies as this one goes on. Knowing the way they race at Bristol in these short tracks, we're expecting a lot of cautions here tonight. We also do have 2 stage break cautions. Those will come at lap 56 and 113. So that first caution is going to come right in the middle of a fuel run. And an update for you NASCAR fans out there. We know that the Cup Series is running tonight as well. Shane Van Gisbergen and Denny Hamlin currently battling for the lead. Looks like Van Gisbergen is getting the best of Hamlin right now. But we will keep you updated as that race goes on as well. And just before practice comes to an end, we are going to head down trackside for a chance for you guys to meet our drivers. All right, and we are back, folks. Qualifying underway. Hunter Geyer currently sitting on the pole in that Rusty Wallace throwback. Looks like the Miller Lite logo replaced with a Bird Wraps logo there. Really cool paint scheme for Hunter Geyer, though. And if you guys remember from Nora, Hunter Geyer actually won this race just a year ago in Nora. So he's going to be R1 to watch tonight. Take a look at Jerry Ward getting loose. So those drivers pushing it just about as hard as they can, and we see him getting loose coming off of turn 4, trying to get to that line. And Dawson Price in that old T-Rex car. He's going to take away the pole, and we'll see if he's got some of that T-Rex magic. Those of you that have heard the story on that paint scheme and how dominant Jeff Gordon was in that car. That car for Jeff Gordon was so good, they banned it immediately after the race. But Seth LaCroix taking over the pole position. Qualifying coming to an end here. And it looks like pretty much everyone got their times in. So we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by AERA Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. Qualifying complete. We're going to go ahead and run through our official starting grid here. Starting from the pole position will be Seth LaCroix in the number 88 machine. to his outside will be Dawson Price driving the number 24. Mark Morton will start to the inside of row 2. In third, driving the number 45, David Joyner will start to his outside. In fourth, driving the number 85. Hunter Geyer will be starting fifth, driving the number 2 machine. Josh Edmonds to his outside in sixth, driving the number 17. Joseph Miller will start to the inside of row 4 in seventh, driving the number 16. Wesley Carter to his outside in eighth, driving the number 23 machine. In ninth, we have Connor Price driving the number 48. Jerry Ward will start to his outside in 10th, driving the number 89. Eric Rodeman will start 11th, driving the number 96 machine. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in 12th, driving the number 92. And starting 13th will be Tristan Haynes driving the number 02. And to his outside will actually be Cooper Liardi. He did not qualify. He will be rolling off 14th. Mike Hill will round out your field in 15th, driving the number 27. So a little bit confusion there. Race control being shown on the leaderboard for start. Once again, Beneke will not be competing in this race. That is our race control tonight. As we get ready to go green flag racing here. You see the 16 of Joseph Miller, a throwback to the late Greg Biffle. Always love to see the Greg Biffle paint schemes out here. So 15 drivers will make the start here. We'll see how many of them actually survive till the end. 225 laps. That is a lot of time here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And James Price entering the chat, cheering on for the Price boys. Samson LaCroix also up there in the chat, cheering on Seth LaCroix as the pace car is off. Green flag is out, and we are underway, folks. Dawson Price getting the jump on Seth LaCroix here. Oh, already in trouble for Seth LaCroix. LaCroix is around. Looks like the 17 of Joshua Edmonds, the 23 of Wesley Carter. Multiple cars caught up here. And mayhem already ensuing on the first lap. You see Seth LaCroix heavily damaged there. So it looks like Omar Rodriguez Jr., Josh Edmonds, Wesley Carter, Seth LaCroix, Joseph Miller, and David Joyner all officially caught up in that. I do believe Hunter Geyer got a piece of that as well. Looks like some damage to his right front. And we'll go back and take a look, see what happened here. And focus on Seth LaCroix. It all started there. You see him there on the bottom. And it looks like he just came up and didn't realize David Joyner was there. Able to save it, but his teammate Joshua Edmonds getting into him, and everyone getting a piece of that. And Michael Jordan saying, "Damn, didn't even get a half a lap." And yeah, it's Bristol, baby. And I think Seth LaCroix just got over antsy trying to get up to that top line. He knows that's where he wants to be and got aggressive trying to get up there early. So Dawson Price is going to take over the lead position. Mark Morton will be to his outside. Hunter Geyer will restart third. Joseph Miller in fourth. Jerry Ward will restart fifth as we get ready to go back green flag racing here. The lights on the pace car are off. And the green flag is back out. We are back underway. Looks like Eric Rodman, Seth LaCroix, and Wesley Carter caught on pit road there. They're going to fall multiple laps down. As Mark Morton putting the pressure on Dawson Price here. Price all the way up on the high line. Mark Morton making that low line work for him. Now Hunter Geyer, oh, caution is out. Looks like Eric Rodman, Connor Price, Mark Morton caught up in this. We'll go back, take a look here. And Rodman trying to get back on track, and not quite sure what happened there with Rodman, but the car just didn't turn. And he collects the leaders in that. So mayhem here early, and a lot of people gonna be frustrated with Eric Rodman now. Dawson Price maintaining the lead. Jerry Ward in second. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in third. Cooper Liardi will restart fourth, and Mike Keel will round out your top five now. I don't know if I'd say that was tough luck for the leaders. That was, I'm not sure what was going on with Eric Rodman there, but that car was just not turning, and unfortunately, Mark Morton being shown the meatball flag. Here, he is forced to pit for the damage. We are seeing Eric Rodman still on pit road, so we are going to try and get a quick interview with him and figure out what happened there. Eric, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
What's up, Austin?
What is going on? So I've got to ask, we just finished watching that replay there. What happened with the car when you came off pit road?
So I got in a wreck in that first one. Got hit from behind. About 8 minutes of damage. Thought I'd fixed enough of it. Got back in the track, and the car wouldn't turn. I was trying to keep it up against the wall, and I spun it, sit in the middle of the track. I wanted to reverse it off, and I just couldn't get there in time when leaders came. So sorry for anyone got into me, but the car is pretty much toast after that first wreck.
All right, well, we appreciate it. We are back green flag races, so we got to get back down track. But sorry to hear that, and we will see you back here next week.
All right, good luck, everyone.
Thank you. All right, and the green flag back out. Dawson Price wasting no time getting out to a lead. Jerry Ward, you see that front end damage to his car. Omar Rodriguez Jr. moving up to third, and here comes Cooper Liardi battling with Joshua Edmonds. Edmonds was caught up in that first incident as well. It was actually he who ended up turning. Seth LaCroix turned off of his nose. And you see Seth LaCroix trying to get back out there. LaCroix trying to get that damage repaired, but or get back out into this one, and that damage just tough trying to get it repaired, and the caution's going to wave yet again. This time looks like it was for Mike Hill. We'll go back, take a look, see what happened with Mike. You see Mike, that car just pushing all the way up. He gets loose off of turn 2 there. Gives that outside wall a little love tap. This car probably still in better shape than a lot of the other cars out here. But we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
Every race car starts the same. Just a shell, waiting for identity. Because every car can race, but not every car gets remembered. Custom. Bold. Built to stand out. Bird wraps. Don't just race, be remembered.
All right, and we are back, folks. Getting ready to go back racing here. And I believe they'll be given the 1 to go signal this next time by. And it's been a rough one for a lot of these drivers. Only 8 cars left on the lead lap. Dawson Price, still your leader. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in second. Jerry Ward in third. Josh Edmonds will restart fourth. And David Joyner rounding out your top 5. I tell you what, I think a lot of people counted out David Joyner out of this chase race after missing last week. But with the damage to Seth LaCroix's car, I think David Joyner might be right back into this one if he can get out ahead of Dawson Price before this stage comes to an end. And an update, Mike Hill is back out on track, as well as Connor Price and Joseph Miller. Miller caught up in that first incident, but he managed to stay on the lead lap. As the pace car is off, green flag is back out, and we are back underway. Once again, Dawson Price holding on to that lead here. Is Joshua Edmonds trying to battle his way up to third. And Jerry Ward, you can see the front end damage to that 89 car. I think that damage might just be a little bit worse than it actually looks. He is dropping possibly some wheel damage to Jerry Ward's car. And getting single file for the most part is Tristan Haynes trying to work his way back. Oh, Jerry Ward is around. And it looks like Cooper Liardi caught up in that as well. And we'll go back, take a look at Jerry Ward, see what happened there. And looks, Josh Edmonds comes down in front of Jerry Ward. I think that got him checked up here. And yeah, Jerry Ward just getting checked up by Josh Edmonds. Connor Price getting into the back of him. And James Price saying the bad luck is still going tonight. But Dawson Price is so far feeling pretty good about where he's at. And if this continues like this, we may not even see pit stops under the first stage break. We get ready to go back racing here. All right, and I'm being told they will be given the 1 to go signal this time by. It does look like we do have a couple more damaged cars coming back out off of pit road. Mike Hill, Connor Price, Seth LaCroix being shown back off pit road now. And the way this one is going, this is one of those races that no matter how damaged your car gets, you cannot give up on this. The points is oh so important, and every position, that's a few more points in your pocket. All right, pace car dives down pit road. Dawson Price leads him off of turn 4. Green flag is back out. We are back underway. And they're going to get worked out single file here. Early on, here comes Josh Edmonds looking to the inside of Jerry Ward yet again. And we're going to see if we can get a green flag run going here. "25 laps left to go in the stage." Look at Dawson Price. He has opened up that gap, but David Joyner closing it right back up. Joyner on the move here. And the caution is back out. This time looks like Wesley Carter caught up in this. We'll go back, take a look, and see what happened here. It looks like Wesley Carter just didn't realize Hunter Geyer was still down there coming across his nose. Now we see David Joyner coming down pit road. Dawson Price continuing to stay out. And we'll step aside for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn 1. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back, folks. Looks like the lights on the pace car will go out this next time by. Dawson Price will lead them to the green flag. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in second. Tristan Haynes in third. Josh Edmonds will restart fourth. Jerry Ward in fifth. Cooper Liardi in sixth. Joseph Miller in seventh. Mike Hill in eighth. David Joyner will restart ninth, 1 lap down. And Connor Price will round out your top 10. So it looked like Joyner had some damage he had to get taken care of there. But the good news for David Joyner, he is in line for the Lucky Dog Award, and as of right now, no competition. He is the only car 1 lap down. And the pace car is off. Green flag is back out. We are back underway. And the caution going to wave yet again. This time, unfortunately, it looks like David Joyner caught up in it. It looks like the 16 of Joseph Miller just had nowhere to go. And Joseph Miller, unfortunately, getting into David Joyner and turning him around. An update on the race at North Wilkesboro. Logano has taken over the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen follows in second. Chase Elliott in third. All right, and James giving us the update on the race as well. I appreciate the updates. I was just giving Seth LaCroix, league owner, a little bit of a hard time about scheduling these races Sunday night, and the schedule's clashing here. All right, and they are doubled back up, getting ready to go back racing, folks. Dawson Price still your leader. Tristan Haynes to his outside in second. And Haynes, our biggest mover of the night so far, up 11 positions. And Sean Carter entering the chat says so much contact, Tony Stewart would be proud. And I tell you what, there is a lot of contact here tonight. Green flag is back out. Dawson Price taking off. Here comes Omar Rodriguez Jr. to the inside of Tristan Haynes now. Joshua Edmonds chomping at the bit, trying to get up there as well. And only 13 laps left to go in stage one. And looks like Tristan Haynes going to hold there in third for the time being. But Omar Rodriguez Jr. looking for a chance to get at Dawson Price here. And going back to check in with David Joyner. Joyner trying to hold off Connor Price. Connor Price got the lucky dog last time. Last caution, I believe. So now Connor Price and David Joyner both on the only one lap down, and they are competing to see who's going to be lucky enough to get that lucky dog. As Dawson Price opening up that gap now, about half a second between him and Omar Rodriguez Jr. And Joshua Edmond trying to hold off Hunter Geyer for the time being. Geyer, even with that damage he took and going 18 laps down, Geyer's not going to go away in this one. And update, it looks like only 2 cars actually out of the race so far. Wesley Carter and Mark Morton. Now down to 5 to go in stage 1. And look here, with all these damaged cars that are off the pace, definitely opening up some room for these guys to race. No one really bunched up, but Hunter Geyer still trying to find a way around Josh Edmonds, and David Joyner there in that 85 machine trying to get his lap back. He just got to hold on for 2 more laps, and there's no pressure out the back from Connor Price. And David Joyner will be our lucky dog as we go back and ride along with Connor Price's brother, Dawson Price. Now 1 lap left to go in the stage. And Dawson Price going to win stage 1, opening up that points lead. All right, it looks like the flag man forgot what lap it was. And you can see it, even the pace car was a little bit loose there. Now we're going to start to see some pit stops here. Oh, looks like Dawson Price going to stay out. David Joyner getting his lap back. Jerry Ward and Cooper Liardi going to stay out. Interesting strategy by Dawson Price here, as well as Jerry Ward. Neither one of them have pitted yet. Perhaps they feel confident they can make it to the end of stage 2 with all these cautions on their fuel run. And now Dawson Price and company is going to come down pit road, and it looks like it might have been a iRacing rule issue there, not letting Dawson Price get down pit road. Not quite sure what happened, but now Omar Rodriguez Jr. being scored the race leader. So Omar Rodriguez Jr. going to take over the lead. Josh Edmonds moves to second. Dawson Price will restart third. And the lights on the pace car are out as we get ready to go back racing here, folks. The pace car is off. Green flag is out. Omar Rodriguez Jr. leads them to the line. It's Omar Rodriguez Jr., Josh Edmonds, Joseph Miller, then Dawson Price. And Omar Rodriguez Jr. over driving the corner. He's loose up in the wall. He's able to keep it straight. No caution. No one else collected, but Omar Rodriguez Jr. going to drop all the way back to 9th here. So Josh Edmonds going to take over the lead, and he's got a gap over Joseph Miller. Dawson Price looking for a way around Miller. And Price going up high. You saw Hunter Geyer moving up high as well. Oh, and Hunter Geyer in trouble. Geyer was getting loose there. That's going to... Looks like race control going to throw the yellow flag. We'll go back, take a look here. Ooh, David Joyner was out of shape there as well. We'll go back. We'll have to back this up. And Geyer able to save it. Mike Hill gives him a shot in the back, but not sure if that really constituted a caution. But we will get one anyways. Those cold tires just really slick out there for these drivers. A lot of them tend to forget that they're on cold tires, and that car starts changing up how it's handling with those cold tires. So Josh Edmonds, your race leader. Dawson Price is going to be restarting to his outside. Jerry Ward back up to 3rd. David Joyner making his way up to 4th here. And then Mike Hill rounding out your top 5. So they are doubled back up, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Josh Edmonds will be the control car. Pace car is off. Green flag's back out. Josh Edmonds going to take off. Dawson Price looks like he may have been caught sleeping. He's going to get down to the inside. But David Joyner on that outside line. Joyner's got a head of steam. Joyner wasting no time getting back up to that 17 of Joshua Edmonds. And Joyner's car just looks just like a rocket. He'll take over the lead. And you could hear it there. He is pushing that car as hard as it'll go. And he's just going through those corners about half throttle, it sounds like. We'll see if he can sustain that. Now 20 laps into the second stage here. And they've got it worked out single file for the time being. Connor Price in the back battling with Jerry Ward for position, trying to get by him. Riding along with Connor Price. They were able to get by Joseph Miller there. It looks like Price is going to clear Jerry Ward for the time being, as Mike Hill currently trying to hold off the 0-2 of Tristan Haynes. Haynes is in the wall. And Geyer there putting his nose in, and he's going to break up that battle. Hunter Geyer currently running 12th and 18 laps down. And after being caught up in that first incident, Hunter Geyer seems like he is just out here to prove that with a good car, he can still be competitive. So we go back up towards the front. Dawson Price still trying to catch up to Joshua Edmonds. But David Joyner opening up that gap now to almost a second. This Price is alongside Edmonds. And Price going to take second place away from Josh Edmonds. And James Price saying it was a good move by Joyner. Joyner taking over that lead. But Dawson Price now closing that gap. And we were listening to the way Joyner was going through those corners. And he had about as much throttle as he could get in there without spinning the car. And I'm wondering if Joyner has used up his tires as Dawson Price continuing to close in about a 10th a lap right now. Look at the lap times there. And Price is closing in fast. So Dawson Price has now caught Joyner, only about 3 car lengths separating them. See what Dawson Price can do. He's now getting the effects of that dirty air. And it looks like Price is going to stall out for now. But we do have another battle shaping up for third. Omar Rodriguez Jr. looking for an opportunity to get by his teammate here. Rodriguez Jr. right up on Joshua Edmonds' bumper. And that stage break here coming soon. Lap 42 of the scheduled 57 in this stage. And the battle for the lead continuing as well. Dawson Price was looking to the inside of David Joyner yet again, not able to get there. Oh, trouble. Eric Rodeman. Rodeman going to jump to the pits here. That brings out our 9th caution of the night. We'll go back and take a look, see what happened with Rodeman. It looks like Rodeman just getting loose, and he does slide back up into that racing surface. That'll bring out the caution. And we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick commercial break.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages. Batteries not included. Actually, nothing.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. AERA Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. AERA brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. AERA! Visit AERA Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks, getting ready to get back underway here. Lights on the pace car are out. As David Joyner leads them to the green flag. Dawson Price to his outside. Green flag's back out. And Dawson Price not getting the start he wanted there. And happy birthday there, James. Today is his birthday. He's cheering on his sons. And what a run by... Oh, trouble back in the pack. Dawson Price just showed some great speed to try and get back up to David Joyner there. And it looks like this was Cooper Liardi caught up in this. We'll go back, take a look, and see what happened here. It looks like Omar Rodriguez Jr. just sliding up the track, getting into Cooper Liardi, sends him around. Jerry Ward getting into the back of him. So Liardi just tires, and Field looks like he's going to try and get back out there. And an update here. It looks like the Cup race is under caution. It's like Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick going around. An update, Joseph Miller back out on track. He gets a lap back here. Still heavily damaged front end to that 16 cars. They are doubled up, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Once again, David Joyner will lead them to the green flag. Dawson Price in second. Josh Edmonds will restart third. Fourth will be Tristan Haynes. Connor Price rounding out your top five. And the pace car is off. And green flag is back out. 5 to go in the stage. Correction, 4 to go. And David Joyner just trying to hang on. He wants these stage points. He's got a 0.3 of a second lead over Dawson Price. Dawson Price, though, closing that gap up on that bottom line. Down to 3 to go. And Dawson trying that bottom line there. He's getting good drive up to David Joyner. Dawson Price going to go high now. One to go in the stage, and Dawson Price is... And the caution is going to wave. And it looks like that was the stage break there. Not race control possibly not on the same page here. There was a little bit of confusion on the stage breaks coming into this one. Just trying to make sure that they have the stage breaks lining with the fuel capacity the way they wanted. But they are going to come down pit road, and we'll see what the move is here. Tristan Haynes on the move. David Joyner going to win the race off pit road. And an update, it looks like Omar Rodriguez Jr. stayed out here. So Omar Rodriguez Jr. and Cooper Liardi staying out. David Joyner now going to have to restart third. Dawson Price in fourth. Josh Edmonds will restart fifth. Tristan Haynes in sixth. Connor Price will restart seventh. Mike Hill in eighth. Joseph Miller will restart ninth. And Jerry Ward will round out your top 10 and lead lap cars as we get ready to get back underway. And we'll see if these guys have a little bit better luck here. And remember that they are on cold tires as we get ready to go back racing. All right, and the lights on the pace car are out there, doubled up, getting ready to go back. Green flag here. Omar Rodriguez Jr. will lead them to the flag. Keep your eye on Dawson Price in that 24 car, though. Him and David Joyner, both on fresh tires. They're going to be quicker than these two cars on the front row. I think Dawson Price needs to jump out and try and get outside of Liardi here early on. Green flag is back out. And Price trying to clear Joyner right now. Unable to do it. It looks like Dawson Price is a lot more comfortable there on the bottom of the racetrack. You see Jerry Ward up there. Oh, Cooper Liardi out of shape there. He hits that inside wall. He brings it down to the apron. No caution. Is Liardi able to keep that thing straight? But the battle's on for the lead now. Omar Rodriguez Jr. battling with David Joyner. Joyner goes to the outside. And Rodriguez Jr. no match for David Joyner on those fresh tires. Oh, David Joyner out of shape now. He hits the inside wall. A hard hit, and I think that one's going to bring out the caution here. Maybe not. Joyner going to have to pit for repairs. He's able to get that car back going, just keep it off the racing surface. So Omar Rodriguez Jr. going to take the lead back over here, and we're going to go back, take a look to see what happened with David Joyner. And Joyner just getting loose off the corner there. Sends him around. And that looks like it's going to put an end to David Joyner's night. As now we watch Omar Rodriguez Jr. and Dawson Price. Rodriguez Jr. last pitted lap 101. Dawson Price on 114. Both of them only took right side tires. And going back and looking at the point standings, it looks like Dawson Price's competition in the points championship has all been taken out of this one. Right now, Seth LaCroix is sitting in second with 2,171 points. Sits in 10th. I believe 8 laps down for LaCroix. David Joyner out of this one for the time being. He is off track, and I don't know if he's going to make his way back out there. Joshua Edmonds still in this one, but he currently runs 5th. And in the point standings, Joshua Edmonds about 40 points behind Dawson Price. So Dawson Price just got to keep that car clean, and he could lock up that championship tonight. Oh, he's going to move Omar Rodriguez Jr. That's going to allow Tristan Haynes to go to the lead. Omar Rodriguez Jr. dropping back to 5th. Tristan Haynes takes over the lead, and not sure if Dawson Price meant to do that. A little bit too early in the race to be giving someone the chrome horn. And it looks like Hunter Geyer with an issue as well. So he comes back up on track trying to get that car back going. And he will before the leaders get to him. Geyer going to fall another lap down here, it looks like, though. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened here. And Geyer, I think he just got those tires aggravated and gets loose coming off of turn 2. But he is back and going, and we look at the leaders. Tristan Haynes trying to pull away from Dawson Price. Dawson Price hanging right there. And they do have that lap traffic of Hunter Geyer to contend with. Dawson continuing to try and close that gap up with Haynes. Gap down to only 1/10 of a second. And almost forgot about Dawson's brother, Connor Price, back here. He's moved his way up to 3rd tonight. We look back in the pack. Josh Edmonds trying to hold off Omar Rodriguez Jr. We are now down to 81 to go in this. And now that we've gotten these green flag runs, those laps starting to tick off quickly. And the caution is out. Looks like Mike Hill going to bring out our 12th caution of the night. We'll go back, take a look, and see what happened here. And Hale just getting loose, trying to save it. Jerry Ward going to get a piece of that as well. We'll bring out the caution. It looks like Tristan Haynes faked Dawson Price out. Dawson Price going to have to pull it down pit road. Thought Tristan Haynes was going, and he ends up waving it off. Connor Price stays out as well. Rest of the field going to come in here. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
And we are back, folks. They are doubled up, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Tristan Haynes will lead them to the line. Connor Price to his outside. Tristan Haynes takes off. Connor, very careful on those older tires not to spin them. Letting Tristan Haynes get out to that lead. Dawson Price going to move up to third. Down to 74 laps to go in this one. And they get single file, and Mike Hill coming off of pit road now. Going to take a minute to get that car up to speed. So he will be a factor when these leaders get around him. And Connor Price giving up second place to his brother Dawson. Joshua Edmonds also getting underneath Connor. And Connor, right about now, is probably kicking himself for not coming down pit road underneath that caution and getting at least 2 tires. We go back to the front of the field in this one. Tristan Haynes trying to hold off Dawson Price. Dawson Price up there on the high side. He is to his back bumper. Omar Rodriguez Jr., though, closing in here. As Dawson Price to the outside of Tristan Haynes. Now Dawson Price with a nose out in front of Tristan. Dawson to the lead. And we do have a request from James Price here. Want to see the pass of Dawson Price on Connor Price. We'll go back and get a look at that here. And Dawson just getting to the inside of Connor. So Omar Rodriguez Jr. as well as Josh Edmonds working their way around Tristan Haynes. And here comes Seth LaCroix back into the mix. LaCroix now only 7 laps down, Mike Hill 6. LaCroix trying to get back into this one, and these laps ticking away. Tick, 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 tick. And the racing really cleaning up as these guys have gotten used to this track. Well, look at the weather here. And that track has cooled off just a little bit more. It was 68 degrees at the top of the show. Now down to 66. So more grip coming as those temperatures cool off. And the caution is out. And oh man, did Seth LaCroix get by Mike Hill just in time to be able to take away the lucky dog from Mike Hill. And James saying Seth has made up 4 laps, and you can go ahead and add a 5th one to that. So he'll be the lucky dog, and Jerry Ward caught up in this. We'll go ahead and see what happened here. You see a lot of front end damage to that 89 machine. And definitely got to be some steering issues as well. And Jerry Ward just getting loose there. It looks like most everyone coming down pit road. Josh Edmonds, Cooper Liardi staying out. Dawson Price, though, on pit road. As they get reset, we'll step aside for another quick commercial break.
Every race car starts the same. Just a shell, waiting for identity. Because every car can race, but not every car gets remembered. Custom. Bold. Built to stand out. Bird wraps. Don't just race, be remembered.
All right, and we are back, folks. So Josh Edmonds, now your race leader. Cooper Liardi will restart 2nd. Tristan Haynes in 3rd. Connor Price will restart 4th. Dawson Price in 5th. Joseph Miller will restart 6th. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in 7th. Rounding out your lead lap cars. And it looks like, unfortunate for Seth LaCroix, he was the lucky dog, but he did pit and he fell a lap down on pit road. So we get ready to go back racing here. And the green flag is back out. Josh Edmonds jumping out to the lead. Cooper Liardi trying to hold off Tristan Haynes. Haynes on that inside line, and here comes Connor Price as well. It looks like Haynes is going to clear Liardi here. Connor Price trying to find a way underneath, and there's that 2 of Hunter Geyer. Yet again, Geyer really fast, and fortunate for him that damage he sustained on the first lap. And checking in with Dawson Price. We've seen him fast here all night, but not this run. Sitting back there in 6th and just trying to hold off Joseph Miller. So now Dawson finding that speed as he tries to go to work on Cooper Liardi. We'll go back to the leaders, though. Tristan Haynes, now our leader. Josh Edmonds is in trouble here. Edmonds dropping back to 5th as the yellow flag waves, and not sure what exactly happened here. But it looks like an issue for the 17. Go back and take a look here. Tristan Haynes getting underneath Josh Edmonds. Edmonds really off the pace here. And there it is, Edmonds just losing control. And he taps Omar Rodriguez Jr. LaCroix going to get in there as well. Cooper Liardi getting caught up too. So now the shakeups up front. Tristan Haynes, your leader now. Connor Price in 2nd. Dawson Price in 3rd. That brings out our 14th caution of the night here in the Bird Raps 225. All right, and they are doubled up. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Tristan Haynes, your leader. Connor Price in 2nd. Dawson Price in 3rd. It looks like it'll be about 45 laps left in this one. When the green flag drops, that pace car is off. Green flag is back out. Now down to 44 to go. Connor Price getting an excellent restart there. He's to the outside of Tristan Haynes, and Connor Price going to take over the lead now. Josh Edmonds, the cause of that last incident, moving back up to 3rd. So Connor Price trying to open up this gap over Tristan Haynes. Haynes getting that dirty air, not performing quite as well. Josh Edmonds, though, trying to hold off Dawson Price. Not going to be able to do so, as Dawson Price going to take third place back, but he's got to get to work on catching those top two drivers. As Joseph Miller out of line there. Racing with Seth LaCroix. Seth LaCroix now 6 laps down, but unfortunately, Jerry Ward in the 89 machine, he fell some laps down trying to get damage repaired. Only 4 laps, so he's going to take up those lucky dog spots if we do get any more cautions, and that might put an end to Seth LaCroix's hopes here tonight, as we are down to only 38 to go. And time is going to wind down here quickly. These drivers running about 15 seconds a lap. And going back to the front, Dawson Price still trying to catch up to Tristan Haynes. Connor Price opening up that gap. That gap sitting at a second. We'll look at the lap times for these 3 drivers. And Price appearing to be the faster of the 2. And the 3 up there. Now down to 30 to go. And doing my calculations, he's got about 9 more minutes if we stay green flag here of hard racing. So he's got to get a move on us. He's closing that gap up with Tristan Haynes. Connor Price going to put in a quick lap there. Dawson caught up with Tristan Haynes now. You see their lap time is equalizing. Dawson just trying not to make a mistake here. He's got a good point stay. If this race were to end this lap, definitely going to be able to open up that gap he has. Checking in with Josh Edmonds, another one having a good point stay as well. Currently sitting 4th. Trying to get right back into this one. But here comes Omar Rodriguez Jr. And I don't know if Omar Rodriguez Jr. is going to be too happy with his teammate after that last caution. Oh, and there it is. Omar Rodriguez Jr. and Josh Edmonds getting into it. We're going to go back and take a look here. I don't think that was Omar Rodriguez getting frustrated with Josh Edmonds. I think Josh Edmonds just tried to move up the track there into Omar Rodriguez Jr., who was already there. Right along on the nose of Omar Rodriguez Jr.'s car. You see him getting the run here, and Edmonds just trying to come up the track and unfortunately getting turned. And looks like pit stops have gone underway. Cooper Liardi going to not come down pit road. Connor Price coming down pit road. Tristan Haynes, Dawson Price all taking 2 tires. So The running order, Cooper Liardi in first, Connor Price in second, Tristan Haynes in third, Dawson Price will restart fourth, and Joseph Miller rounding out your top 5 as we get ready to go back green flag racing. All right, and they are doubled back up, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Cooper Liardi in control of this one, but Connor Price sitting in a good position on those fresh tires. If you're Connor Price in this situation, you've got to get a good restart here. Try and time it to stay alongside Cooper Liardi when that green flag drops. Green flag is back out. Connor Price. Oh, check up by Cooper Liardi. I think Cooper Liardi spun his tires there. That was Tristan Haynes going around. Haynes nowhere to go. Right along with Tristan Haynes through that restart there. Oh, Haynes gave Liardi a shot in the back, and he unfortunately loses it. Going to take some damage there. One more look at this one. And I think that shot in the back by Tristan Haynes lifted up those back tires. Got Cooper Liardi out of shape, and Haynes actually going to take the worst of it. Liardi up here, probably looking at, or thinking Karma got Tristan Haynes there. Haynes on pit road to get that damage taken care of. All right, and Wesley Culper not happy with the racing going on here tonight. I think that might be the 23 of Wesley Carter up there in the chat. So we get ready to go back green flag racing. Cooper Liardi in control of this one. I think Cooper Liardi, I think we're going to see a little bit more patient out of Dawson Price. Shouldn't be any shots in the back to that 7 car. As the pace car's off, green flags back out, and you see Dawson Price just being patient. Liardi spinning those tires, and looks like Liardi able to save it. I'm going to say that hurt Dawson Price, but Dawson Price holding on to third. Joseph Miller got by him. He's racing with Josh Edmonds. Edmonds a lap down here. Price getting loose as we're down to 16 to go. And right now, only 5 cars left on the lead. Oh, trouble. LaCroix, Omar Rodriguez Jr. caught up in this. That right there is exactly what Dawson Price wanted to see. Go back, take a look at it here. That looked like Josh Edmonds just getting into that outside wall, and he comes back down across and collects Omar Rodriguez Jr. and Seth LaCroix. So now we wait for them to get set up again. And it'll be looks to be about 10 laps to go here once this one is back underway. So Connor Price will be your leader here after Cooper Liardi getting out of shape. Joseph Miller will restart second. Dawson Price in third. Cooper Liardi going to hang on to fourth. Omar Rodriguez Jr. rounding out your top 5 and your lead lap cars. And an update here on the Cup Series or Cup race. Joey Logano leading. They've just started stage 3 here. Denny Hamlin in second, Bubba Wallace in third. The lights on the pace car are out. Green flag is back out. We are back underway. Connor Price getting the jump. Dawson Price not hesitating on that one. He goes right back to second. We are down to 11 to go, and I know somewhere James Price has just jumped out of his chair. Excited to see how this one finishes up. Down to 10 to go. As Joseph Miller trying to hold off Hunter Geyer, the 18-lap down car, just trying to prove that he belongs here. And going back up to the front, 8 laps to go. The Price brothers in charge of this one. Dawson Price getting loose off the corner there. Down to 6 to go. Connor Price in firm control of this one. Dawson Price just wants to get there. And back in the pack, Omar Rodriguez Jr. in trouble. No yellows. He backs it down. Down to 4 to go. We're going to try and see what happened to Omar Rodriguez Jr. here real quick. No one around him. It looked like Omar Rodriguez Jr. just got loose, but we do have to come back to watch the end of this one. We'll get the replay on Omar Rodriguez Jr. after the race is concluded here. So we stay green flag here. Dawson is catching Connor. 0.2 of a second, 2 laps to go. White flag is out. Dawson is there. Is he going to give his brother some brotherly love? Dawson trying to go outside, but not enough to get by Connor Price. He'll try and cross over, and not quite enough for Dawson Price. Connor Price going to take home the win here at Bristol. And we'll go back and see what happened with Omar Rodriguez Jr. Here, just a minute. Is Connor Price going to burn it down? And Connor Price head into victory lane here. Is someone tell him that's the wrong entrance? So Connor Price a little bit lost here trying to find victory lane. So is Connor Price trying to find victory lane? Someone needs to tell him it was the entrance right next to it. And he is lost. All right, and we'll see if he can find his way there. We gotta. Oh, here we go. There you go, Connor. And this is just painful to watch. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to Omar Rodriguez Jr. here. We're trying to see it earlier on, but had to get the end of this one. Yep, Omar Rodriguez Jr. just losing control of it, and it doesn't make contact with anything, but comes to a rest in the middle of the corner and able to get that car going before it became an issue for anyone else. So we'll go back. There you go, Connor. He figured it out. And we'll go ahead and kick off our interviews. We'll start with our third place finisher, Joseph Miller. Joseph, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
All right, man. Congratulations on a third place finish here tonight. And man, it's been a wild one. I think we had, what was it, 15-something cautions?
Yeah, I lost count. I got all of my damage in the first couple of them. I had like 6 minutes of damage, and I just spent the rest of the race
Yeah.
fixing it under caution and managed to. I don't know how I got up there.
Yeah, and we caught you getting that damage there at the beginning. What was it like trying to drive around this track 225 times with all that damage?
Oh, it sucks, but sometimes perseverance pays off.
All right, and we definitely we definitely talked about that perseverance at the top of the show. Because it seemed like the way it was going at the beginning, we knew this race was going to be caution-filled right from the jump after that incident on lap 1. Now, you were currently 9th in points, 80 points back from Dawson Price, but were you trying to get as much points as you could to try and close that gap up?
Well, I figured I'm probably not, with the very few races left, I'm probably not really in it, but you never know. I just try not to rage quit and stick with it most of the time, and a lot of times it pays off. That was my strategy.
Well, it definitely paid off here tonight, getting that 3rd place finish. Got to be frustrated. Spent half the race on pit road under caution, just trying to get repairs done, but definitely paid off. We're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Mike Hill, and he's the one that started DTD and all my teammates. This is for them.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy, and we will see you back here next week for the season finale.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thank you. You too. All right. Once again, that was Joseph Miller coming home 3rd here tonight. We're going to move on to our 2nd place finisher, Dawson Price. Dawson, it's Dawson up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Congratulations on a 2nd place finish. I know how bad you wanted that 1st place finish. You were riding a high, winning last week, getting 2nd in the Florida Academy Cup Series, and really putting on a dominant performance all race. It seemed like, very fast, leading a bunch of laps. And then looked like some trouble there with pit road and just trying to find a way to get back up and take over that lead position. Take me through those last couple laps chasing your brother there.
Yeah, first of all, congrats to Connor. That's some of the best racing I've got to race with him, especially in this next gen car here at Bristol. Being super loose and just sketchy all over the place. But those last few laps, at that point, it's like, I hope it goes green because now it's go time. Like, I finally got where I want to be after kind of battling some different speed cars around on the track and making my way through. And at the same time, trying to save a little bit of the car. So by that point, I got up there with him. I was like, okay, it's time to go. And he really did do a great job staying in front. If I had a few more laps, I think I could have maybe had a chance, but he was doing an absolute great job up there. No mistakes, hitting marks, and just keeping it in front of me. And there, coming to the checkered, I tried to build that run, and I thought it was going to be the run of a lifetime, and I was going to get him, but didn't quite get there. But I'm super proud of him. Super glad he got his first win. Same season I did.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. I gotta ask. Well, I got 2 questions I gotta ask. Did you think about the bump and run on him?
And, before that final caution, it did cross my mind where I was like, Connor's been up here running really good and he's fast. If I get the opportunity, do I give him the bumper? Like, not wreck him, not spin him, but just kind of get him, be like, hey, big bro's here, whatever, tease him or whatever. But at the end of the day, I was like, nah, if I want him to fight for it. Like, if he beats me fair and square, and I'd love to see that. So it was nice for him to just stay out front.
Well, Papa Price up in the chat's probably, he's probably running around the living room celebrating right now. I haven't seen him comment here. I do got to ask, though, I believe it was Omar Rodriguez Jr. was in the lead at one point, and you did give him the bumper. Did you mean to do that?
No, I had a couple people comment like during the race, like, "Whoa, that was crazy," and I didn't think it was wild. I definitely didn't mean to get into him and wreck him. I knew that there was like a possibility that I could make some contact, but he had been leaving a little bit extra on entry there, and I had a good enough run to like get a nose under him. And when I got down there, I guess I didn't get slowed down or what. Like I just kind of slid up and I tried to slow it down without locking up and taking us both out. And then I got into him and I was like, damn, like I did not mean to do that. Driver on a sister team as well. And yeah, definitely not intentional. That was definitely on my end. That was an accident.
Yep. All right. So, and then one final question. Could you have figured out where the entrance to Victory Lane was?
Man, the funniest part about that, because I started watching and trying to help him find it. Me and Seth both were like, "Oh, you got to go up there. You got to go up there." And he had his grandstands aren't on the highest graphic setting, so like some of them around the track will be gone, and there's some like signs around on some of the grandstands that are just floating. But I would have never thought that having it turned down to low where you see part of them makes it where the victory lane is just not there. It's invisible. So he couldn't see it. And we finally guided him up there on this invisible or invisible victory lane. And that was the whole mess. It was so funny.
All right, that was great. We're gonna let you get on out of here. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out to Connor for the win. Super proud of him. Shout out to you in the booth and parents and family watching, friends included. And shout out to Bristol for being absolutely crazy and one of the wildest league races we've had so far. It's definitely a wild one. And shout out to W for partnering and sticking around and helping me rip around some racetracks.
All right, well, we appreciate it, and we will see you back here next week.
All righty, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, that was Dawson Price coming home in second. We're going to move on to tonight's winner, Connor Price. Get him moved up here to the booth. And there we go. Connor tossing up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Congratulations. Taking home the win just a week after Big Brother did it. How does it feel?
It feels great, especially running 1-2 with Dawson again. I think the past 3 races him and I have ran together, it's been 1-2, and I've been number 2. So it feels great to be the number 1 in this situation.
All right, and that's got to feel great. Now, take us through those last couple laps with your brother right on your tail. What was going through your mind there?
To be honest, I didn't really even look in my mirror until I saw that relative was like 0.2. Then I started looking and blocking. But besides that, I was just focused on my marks and like, we're close enough. I just got to keep this car together because I felt like for some reason this time at Bristol that I actually had some speed and I felt like I was just driving around people without much struggle like I've always had at Bristol. Like something just clicked for me tonight. So I wasn't super locked in on watching the mirror. I just knew I had to hit my marks because that's what I always screw up at short tracks.
All right, and once you did notice that relative, were you did it cross your mind that he might try and give you a bump and run to take home a win here tonight?
I was hoping he wouldn't, but I figured he might because it'd be payback for New Hampshire, me riding the wall. I did try to brake check him. He got close to me, and I saw him try to dive low. So I dove low early and brake checked to send him high. And I was worried he's going to give me the bumper, but I knew if I was on the brakes when he gave me the bumper, we'd be A-okay. Luckily, he didn't. He was a good brother.
Well, I don't know if he's going to say the same. If you're out there brake checking him, maybe he should have given you the bump and run.
He should have, but he didn't.
That is what is important. Although he did say he could have found victory lane easier than you could have.
Oh yeah, he could have easily. He could have found it much easier. Mine my settings, for some reason, at Bristol, I can see victory lane whenever I'm spectating, but I pulled down there and I could not see where it was because it did not spawn in for me. I looked over and Seth was in the air.
Well, it worked out. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
I want to shout out everyone at Apex. I mean, it was a rough race for us, and I know there was a lot of turmoil going on during the race. But I want to thank Josh and Seth. They gave me a few pointers about Bristol, because I will always bitch about Bristol and the Cup car. So yeah, then I want to shout out my mom and dad. I know that they're watching. Some of the biggest fans. Then I want to shout out my girlfriend Carrie. She always sits here, watches the races, and I want to shout out you for putting this on.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy. And yeah, can we go ahead and wish your dad a happy birthday?
Yes, sir, we can. Happy birthday, James.
I feel like I had to remind you. Dawson forgot too.
Yeah, I forgot to say it on the stream. I texted him right after the race.
Dang, I'm checking my watch right now. It's a little bit late in the day to be wishing him a happy birthday, but all right.
I wished him early this morning. Well, I showed up, ate lunch with him and whatnot. I think gave him a happy birthday then, but you got to do it again.
Okay, but what better birthday gift than a 1-2 finish from his sons?
I can't think of anything better we could give him.
All right. Well, we'll let you get on out of here. Congratulations again. Have a good rest of your night, buddy.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. And once again, that was Connor Price taking home the win here tonight. We'll go ahead and run through our official results here. Once again, taking home the win was Connor Price. Dawson Price comes home second. Joseph Miller in third. Cooper Liardi will come home fourth. Fifth was Omar Rodriguez Jr. Joshua Edmonds comes home sixth. Seventh was Jerry Ward. Seth LaCroix will finish eighth. Hunter Geyer comes home in ninth. Tristan Haynes finishes 10th. Mike Hill in 11th. David Joyner finishes 12th. And 13th, we had Eric Rodman. 14th, Wesley Carter. Mark Morton will come home 15th, rounding out your field tonight. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Please make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button. Wherever you are watching, go check us out on Facebook as well. And make sure you guys tune in next Sunday evening for our championship race, 135 laps from Homestead Miami Speedway, to bring us the exciting conclusion of Season 1 of AERA. But before that, we do have the TCR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on Wednesday night at 8:30. Make sure you guys tune in for that. And then right after that, on Thursday evening, we will have the Virtual Immersive Sim Racing Association Florida Academy Cup Series live from Dover. Once again, that is Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and do not miss those two races either. They are going to be good ones. But until Wednesday, this is Austin Householder signing off. Have a good night, everyone.